Main Event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, three-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. Folks, it's going to be one of those days for me. Maybe Dale will carry us. Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
Stephen, it's always good to see you. I think there's a song, I forgot who sings it, Running on Fumes.
Actually, I feel good right now.
And, I know I just walked in, you kind of raised the energy level in the building. And
oh, is that it?
And all that, but I've taken to asking Kobe when I walk in now, what kind of mood is he in?
Just loud enough I've noticed that I can hear you in the studio.
Well,
I've noticed that.
There's a double meaning to it, and Kobe not once has said you're in a bad mood, so I think Kobe is not a good reader of people's moods.
Maybe it's possible, Dale, that I'm not in a bad mood, and he's not lying. You ever think of that?
What I'm curious about, and obviously the first half hour of this show is going to be the wild weekend of the McCollum son and father trip.
All I'm saying is you should have taken advantage of that ticket.
But see, I would be so ostracized in that McCollum car because I smile at pictures. I look different. I saw you posted a picture and everyone's like, oh, you guys look alike. Oh, father, son. Yeah. I noticed was neither one.
That was my buddy Gillis. Yeah.
Neither one of you guys smiled. I go, that's what's hereditary.
I never paid attention to that before, and now because you made such a big deal, but I'm like, oh well, still posting it.
Well, I get on that. Dave Nash does the same thing, but he actually looks worse when he smiles.
Yeah.
Because his teeth are all screwed up.
I wouldn't go that far,
but
angry people when they smile, you can tell it's unnatural.
I'm just really, you had the weekend of all weekends and. Excited to hear all about it and how it went and how it started. And you guys left Saturday morning. You didn't have to get up too early.
Nah, we left at 7:38 or something.
Yeah,
like
so it wasn't like, I got to get up at 4:30 and
woke up like normal.
Yeah.
I didn't even pack till Saturday morning and got up, got in the shower, changed, threw my stuff in a bag, and like, all right, we ready? Let's go.
I did notice you weren't in your electric vehicle.
Nope, took Ethan's. Yeah, well, I took my car, but the one Ethan drives.
But you needed a gas-controlled car.
Well, it's a hybrid though, still, so we get good gas mileage.
Okay, and you hit the road.
Hit the road.
Let's go. You get breakfast before you leave your neighborhood, or you get it on the way.
We got it on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's one of those things because we had okay. So this is what sucks about living in the Far East Valley. It takes an hour to get out of town.
I was going to say, you add 45 minutes and you haven't even left Phoenix yet.
It's so stupid. So dumb. So I like to fill up on the other side of town just because, we'll waste the gas driving across town, then we'll do it. But Ethan had done some stuff for his grandma and stuff like that on Friday, so he only had 20 miles to empty. And I'm like, let's just get gas over here. We had some prize points to use and stuff. So we did that. And then I actually wasn't hungry for some reason. Usually by 8 o'clock, I'm starving.
Right.
I wasn't hungry. So I was like, we'll just eat on the other side of town.
And the excitement level. You were so excited.
Yeah, was that what it was?
About the day.
Yeah. I was like, oh, my God, it's going to be so stupidly expensive.
It's always hard to eat when you're excited.
The problem with Vegas is I'll sum up Vegas with one. As somebody that my family's from there, if you don't know. So I basically grew up there. It's like second home for me, I'm comfortable there. I fit in there well. I understand the culture, whatever you want to say.
Even though it's changed dramatically.
Yeah, but that's
the
strip that's changed.
Okay.
It's get away from the strip. And, I could take you to the best restaurants off the strip, North Las Vegas, Henderson, et cetera. Okay. I could take you to tourist sites away from the strip and things to that most people that go to Vegas don't even know exist out there. So I'm really comfortable with it. But the problem with Vegas now is it's like, I always say when you go to the Renaissance Festival, man, they just nickel and dime you like $2, $3 at a time. So by the end of the day, you're like, oh my God, did I just spend $400, $5 at a time? What just happened?
Oh, that's only $5. Yeah. Now it's on 20 times later.
Yeah, and then you're like, where'd all my cash go? I'm hitting up the ATM out there at the Renaissance Festival because you run out of it. Vegas is similar, except it's $60, $80 a pop.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to park here? Oh, that'll be $30. Oh, you want to eat here? Oh, that'll be $700. It's just like, what is happening right now? Oh, you want to do this? Oh, you want to do this thing that should be free anywhere else in the world? That'll be $40, sir. They just stand there with their hand out. Just throw money at them. So annoying, Dale. That's the problem.
All right, so you skipped an entire 4 hours.
Well, the only reason I did was because I got to get that out of the way. As somebody that grew up in Vegas where everything was cheap, and all of that. So we get in the car. It's an easy drive. Ethan drove the whole
real quick, because my parents, that was, we either go to Chicago, Vegas, or Disneyland.
Yeah.
And back in the day, 50 years ago, the breakfast buffets were like $3.99, and it was all you could
fill up
eat.
on morning food.
Yeah. And I know things got more expensive, but
but I mean, like even like the regular restaurants, it's like we went to the Cheesecake Factory. First of all, I had the grossest meal I've ever had in my life. The Cheesecake Factory. It tasted weird.
In Vegas?
I'm pretty sure they were poisoning me.
Okay.
No, but before we get to, I mean, the drive was innocuous. We could just skip the drive. Ethan drove perfectly fine, no issues there. But our GPS said to drive all the way out to the 303, and then cut up the 303, which you have to go to Wickenburg anyway. So do you go up and I don't know what roads are closed, so we just follow the GPS. So that's the thing. It's an hour and a half drive, hour and 10-minute drive across town just to leave Phoenix for where we live. And I'm just like, man, if we lived on the north side of town, it's a 4-hour drive up there. It'd be nice and quick. So Ethan drove us up there perfectly fine, no issues. So we pull into town, Dale. And it's like 1 o'clock.
And what time does the thing start?
Starts at 3.
Okay.
And it's going to be crazy down there. We have a parking pass on Allegiant Stadium. So I'm like, this could be a zoo over there. So we're not, because we know where Allegiant is, but I'm not familiar with parking lots and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm like, so we go to the hotel, Dale, and we get our first lip from the lady at the hotel.
Oh, no.
So we check it. And I'm early checking in. But I'm doing it online, and it says early check-in's available, no problem, your room's ready. So I'm like, all right. So instead of finishing it through the app, I'll just show up at the hotel. So we stop and if they don't let us check in, fine. We'll just go to the event, check in later. Who cares? Now, we're not staying on the Strip. We're staying out in Henderson. I don't want to pay the resort fees. And everything on the Strip, by the way, is $500, including, the low-end resorts, which I call them Luxor, and the medieval one and all that stuff. That's where you go like you have a family or, the Strat. Then we got stabbed at the Strat while we were rolling into town, That's where you stay if you want the low end stuff. Even the Strat was like $400 a night. Excuse me? Who in the right mind's paying that for the Strat?
Okay.
Because your hospital bills after you're stabbed there are going to be bigger than anything else.
Okay.
But anyway. So we stop at this townhome suite, Dale. And I go in and I go, hey, I just wanted to know, we're not going to be back here till like 9 or 10 tonight, so I just want to know if our room's ready. Can we check in and throw our bags in there and stuff? The lady goes, absolutely. A $50 early check-in. And I go, well, that's ridiculous. So I turn around and I start to walk off. And then I hear her say something like, well, at 2 o'clock, we don't charge that fee. It's like $115. It's like $125 or something like that. It's like okay. You're gonna make me sit in. So right off the bat, I'm like, there's the nickel and diming of Vegas right here.
Right.
$50 here. So I go, just out of curiosity, where does it say that it's a $50 early check-in fee on your thing? And I have my app in front of me. It's a Hilton, by the way, folks. And I go, where does it say a $50 early check-in fee on here? She goes, check-in's at 3 o'clock. And I go, okay. I go, but also, if I go through these steps, I'm showing her, if I go through these, because I hate when people charge you. If it's $50, it's $50. I don't care. I pay it or not pay it. But the fact that they didn't have it listed, I felt like they were just making up this policy to get an extra $50. So I go, incidentally, where's it on the app here that it's $50? I go, because when I go through these steps, and I'm going through the steps on the app, I go, when I go through these steps, it doesn't say anything about $50. And I go, and I click on it, and I go, oh, look at that. I just checked in. I go, are you charging me $50 for doing that? She goes, you could talk to my general manager if you want to. I go, is that necessary? I go, am I now checked in? I go, can you look? Am I now checked in? She's like, let me go get my general manager. I go, okay. Not necessary, but okay. So she goes to talk. She goes back. She goes, we're willing to waive that $50 fee for you, sir. I go, I appreciate it. I go, we're just going to throw our bags in there. And I wanted to change it to long pants. I said, I'm going to change it to long pants. I'm going to throw our bags in there. We're out of here. I appreciate it. You guys are really cool for doing this for me. But I'm like, which tells you they make up those policies. I think there's nothing posted behind the thing. They're just trying to get suckers is what they're trying to do, folks. Well, number one. So good job, Town Place Suites.
Now, hold on. You got real quick, and I know it has nothing to do with your story.
Yep.
I thought Town Place Suites is a Marriott.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marriott. I apologize. Yeah, well, Hilton. By the way, I got a beef with you, but that's another thing. Yeah, It's a Marriott. I'm sorry, it's a Marriott.
Because next time I'm not bragging, but since I've been a member, next time you're going to stay, just let me know. Put it under my name.
Under what? You remember what? Marriott?
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Well, way up.
Dale, so am I. All I do. If I go someplace I have to stay at a Hilton, like when we went to El Paso, the Marriott. Sometimes Marriotts are way out of where you want to be at.
Yeah.
So then that's why you have the Hilton one too. So I split between the two.
Okay.
But no, that's the thing. She goes, with your level, you need to be platinum to get no charge for the early check-in.
Okay.
But she was nice about it. But I didn't have to argue with her. I just like stood my ground. Like, you have nothing posted here, nothing on the app. So I just feel like I'm like, I'll sit in this lobby for 30 minutes, lady, to save $50. Here's the other thing. I've stayed at this hotel so many times. Every time I go to Vegas, it's in Henderson. When we drive, it's literally right off. You get on the 215 down there. It's right off to your left. It's right by Lee's Family Forum, is what they call it now. It's where the Silver Knights play, the minor league team of hockey, but it's also where the Vegas Nighthawks play for the Arena Indoor Football League. So it's right there. So I've stayed at this hotel probably 30 times in the last like several years. Every time we go to Vegas, we stay there. You know, it's 20 minutes to the strip, whatever, right? Never been through this before. And she goes, just so you know, next time. And I'm like, oh, there's not going to be a next time, lady. No, trust me. There's another one I could stay down the road that you know I can stay out. I might pay a little bit more up front, but they're not going to nickel down. Then Dale, she goes, oh, by the way, it's $15 parking fee. Never charged for parking before. But now I go, okay. So then she checks. Then she like gives me all this stuff, and I go, so do you need my car info for the parking? She goes, oh no, you scan that QR code behind you, fill it out online, and then it just bills to your room.
What?
$15 to park, which is a lot of places call charge for parking, whatever. Yeah, they charge for parking there now, which they never did before either.
But they don't just do as you're checking in and give you a thing to put on your dashboard.
Scan the thing. I had to type into this thing on my phone with my fat fingers and misspell everything, you know, and everything. And then you get a QR code that you got to go in and have it scanned so they can charge you. What are we doing?
No.
And they're like, we do license plate readers. So, and I'm just like, they wanted $75 addition. What do you think you are? The airlines? So that's how our Vegas trip began when we got to Vegas, Dale. They were nice about it. They waved it, and that's fine, you know. But that's what I'm saying. Stand your ground, man. When these people just make up things, just ask questions. She at one point she was like, you can talk to my GM, and I go, look, I'm not upset about this. I go, it's just you guys are supposed to have stuff posted. It's supposed to be on the app. I go, it just feels like you're making this up. And I'm 30 minutes away from when you won't charge me.
Right.
I go, if the room's not ready, that's one thing.
Yes.
But we both know the room's ready now, and you're just trying to get an extra $50 for a 30-minute head start. I just sat there. I just said that, and I just stared at her.
And by the way, it'd be one thing if she said it's $50 cash that might go in her pocket. Well, why are you trying to get Marriott $50 more?
It's not Marriott. It's that location. It's not Marriott policy.
Okay.
She said it 17 times to me. That's our policy here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's our policy here, sir. She said it like 17 times. And I'm like, well, you should probably have it in here then, you know, or post it behind you or something. You know, but she waved it, but it was fun. So that's the first taste of it, Dale. So then we change, we get our stuff, and we head off. We go downtown. Holy heck, traffic flow and our parking lot is on the side that we come from the south, and our parking lot is on the east side of the stadium.
Oh.
So we're just stuck in all these people just all the
Are
all
you
the
driving
offside.
now,
Oh,
or
I'm
you got
driving.
any-
Oh, no. I made
Yeah.
sure. I told Ethan, I go, you're not driving through this.
No.
This is going to be nuts. Because if you've ever driven in Vegas, the taxis alone are nuts.
Yes.
Let alone regular people. And then you go into a football game where people don't, or to a football where nobody knows where they're going.
Yep.
And so we have to go around. So I finally just pull over. And then, okay, I get it. Police officers, you're whatever. You're whatever. I cannot stand it when a police officer pulls somebody over to write them a ticket in a high volume, everybody's trying to get somewhere, traffic's being funneled into these areas, and you literally have your lights on behind somebody and you're writing them a ticket. Tell them to get lost. Go, look, guys, you guys got to move. You guys can't be here. Go. He's literally sitting there behind him. He's blocking 2 lanes. So we're all having to go back over again right outside the stadium.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing?
Common sense. Unless the guy shot somebody.
Yeah. No, it was an Uber driver that pulled up and just let him out there because they didn't want to sit in the traffic. So they just got out there. So he had to go over and write him a ticket. Just yell at him to leave, man. So he gets all behind and everything, whatever. So we get around, and actually the best part about it, Dale, I got to be honest about this. So I had my window down, so I could hear people and stuff like that. So we're just driving, and people were really nice. Like a cop was joking around with us at one point because we had to stop so pedestrians could go, and all that. And the car in front of us was kind of blocking the crosswalk. And he goes, "Oh, not that you could fit." And I go, "But I was going to try until you stopped me," And he was all like, "Oh," we were laughing about it. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so we get around to the side. We park right on the stadium. It was sweet, but we got fooled.
Oh,
Have you been to Allegiant? I know you can get tickets. Have you been to Allegiant?
I went to a game, but we took a
Private
Uber
shuttle.
or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you came in on the north side where you have to walk up those stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Saturday, we walk in on the south side because that's where we were parked at. Man, and you go through security. It's quick and easy. Everybody's in a good mood, whatever. We get through there, and that's where that first picture was, where they rolled the field out,
Yeah.
So we go in on the south side. There's nobody in this building. And we're kind of late. We're 2:30, right? Having to drive around the stadium.
Well, that one picture you took, literally, there's nobody in the background.
That's the south side. We found out when we went in, that's the side where the walkout is in it. So nobody's sitting over there.
Okay.
There's no seats there.
Okay.
So nobody's there. So we just walk in and we're like, woo! So we think we're special. We go around the corner and they have all those club seat areas,
Yeah.
So we walk by that and all of a sudden it's just shoulder to shoulder. 50,000 people walking with you. And you're just like, where are all these people? Lines for all the concession things are through the building and everything. And we walked right up to one, got a slice of pizza, spent $52 on 2 drinks, slice of pizza and popcorn.
And make sure that you tell us what the drinks were. They weren't double Jack and Cokes.
No, they were Coke. They were just 2 Cokes.
Yeah.
Souvenir WrestleMania cups, by the way.
Okay.
But no, it's just standard. Yeah, $52 for a slice of pizza, which was huge. And then
It filled you up.
Oh yeah. And then because we didn't eat, once we got into Vegas because we wanted to get over there. About a big thing of popcorn and 2 large drinks, souvenir cups, $52. They say you can get a refill, but who's getting up in the middle of a show with it that crowded to go stand in line to get a refill?
Yeah, well, my one question: did you remember to bring them home with you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've seen sometimes I see people.
The guy said we could bring them back the next day. He goes, "You can bring them in as long as you just walk them in. They'll let you in with them. You get free refills." But once we saw how busy the concession stands were, I was like, I'm not dealing with that, man. So we got spoiled on that day going in. Then we go to leave. So we're there with the event. We'll talk about WrestleMania in a minute. So we go to leave, Dale. And they funnel everybody out. If you've seen the stadium, there's a big torch there for Al Davis and everything. And the base of it's where we go out. Everybody funnels out into that. That's the only way in and the only way out unless you're on the south side. And we don't know if we can go outside the stadium and walk to where we need to go because everything is fenced off there. So we're literally fighting all of these people, swimming upstream. I'm like, Ethan, I'm big. Just get behind me. And I'm just like walking. People are parting their way. But I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people as your eyes get. So we fight through it. We get by that sweet area again on the side of the building, and the lesson's up, and we just walk right out, get in the car. We're on the way to the hotel by 7:30. Show ended at 7. Perfect. So the next day we decide to walk outside to the north end of the building where everybody walked out because we wanted to see if you could do it, all that stuff. There's stairs on that side of the building you got to walk up to get into this stadium. They're not small stairs, Dale. And Sunday we'd gone to WWE World on top, so I was tired. So that's why I asked you if you'd been there before. It's like, oh no, go in the south entrance. It's just an easy walk-in type of a deal.
All I know is one time I've been there, they made us kind of walk through the pro shop, the Raiders pro shop.
Okay, which is right by there. Too.
Yeah, but anyway, so go
But
ahead.
it basically what I'm trying to tell you, beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
Flows nicely. I like the way they scan your tickets. I like the way you go through security. It's away from the building. So like once you scan your tickets away from the building, you can walk all around the outside in the fenced area, and you can just walk in. Like at Cardinal Stadium, you got to scan as you're going in, you know?
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop, and it slows the process down. You do all that away from the building. So once you're inside that circle, you can walk in and out of the stadium all you want. And I like that flowing better.
Okay.
But then the layout inside is just stupid. You basically have 2 entrances to go in and out on, and it's everybody at the same time. So anyway, that was that and everything. So then we just drove home. We got done at 6:30. We stopped at Chipotle in Henderson on our way out of town. We got home by 12:30. Perfect. 4 hours of sleep or whatever. Got up this morning. Ready to go. Was watching the Knights while Ethan was driving us to Kingman last night. The Knights and the Mammoth.
Okay.
Fun watching that as well. While Ethan was driving. So there we go, Dale. Got on. And I drove from Kingman to Phoenix. So 12:30. We pulled 12:30, 12:45. We pulled into the house. No problem. Beautiful trip.
Good.
Beautiful
Well, I'm
trip.
glad it went well
I lost a lot of weight.
because there's a lot of things that could have gone wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, you could have got a flat tire. You
Oh,
could have.
but that's no spare.
They could have lost your. Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of things, and I didn't bring it up on Friday because I didn't want to.
If you would have jinxed me,
I
I
didn't
would have
want
been
to
so
jinx
angry
you.
with you.
But for all intents and purposes, to go to something where there's 50, 60,000 people at for 2 days and get home, it was relatively
I've done
event-free.
it a lot in my life, so it's usually event free and stuff like a lot of time when I go to NASCAR weekend up there, we'll just drive up Saturday morning or Sunday morning, even go to the race and then just turn around and drive back home, type of a thing. We've done that a lot. Yeah, well, it's because it's too expensive now. I don't want to deal with it. You know, I'm not a big gambler. I'm not a sit down at a table and gamble. I'm not a.
Could have won all your money back
Yeah.
or your gas.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The problem is you start in the hole though. I'm already in the hole for $500 before you even get in the casino. Gosh, you have to win that back first just to break even, let alone anything else. Gas, by the way, in Vegas is $5. Thank God we didn't have to fill up there. There's some gas stations that are like $4.80, but it's like they're probably gonna shut down your engine.
Wow.
Vegas doesn't have some nice areas of town now.
So all in all,
It was a good trip.
A-.
Okay, so
A
it was
plus.
worth it because it was the first time we'd done that. The 2-day WrestleMania event, out of town. This is the first time we've done that. So it was worth it from that aspect. Would I do it again? No. I'd probably just go to one day. If I had to, and that would be Sunday. Because the event itself, I mean, once you get inside and sit down, that's a big, large building. Our seats were perfect, Dale. We were sitting right up, like I said, normally an end zone seat, about 20 rows up, so we were high enough we could see him come out. But if you guys saw me, follow me, you saw the videos and stuff like that. It was perfect. We sat right next to the professional, the guys that took the video, the pictures and everything, as we were joking around with that guy and stuff. I ran into like 4 or 5 people. One of them, by the way, Gary. Thanks for watching, buddy. Swear to God, Dale, in a bathroom. Guy picks me out. How embarrassing is that? I was in line. It wasn't like I was like.
You weren't at the urinal? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. From Phoenix. Yeah, drove up yesterday morning to go. Yeah. All I hear behind me is Steve. And I don't. When you do that to me in public, I don't turn around. I just stare straight ahead. I don't know who you're talking
How
to.
many Steves could there
That's
be?
what I mean. I don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
No. And then I feel this. And I go, he goes, Steve McCollum? I go, you going to serve me?
Are you from the city of Mesa or Phoenix?
I did. I go, you going to serve me? I go, no, I'm just kidding, man. How you doing? And he goes, oh, great, man. He goes, oh, my gosh. So great, man. Driving up here. We're running into you. I go, yeah, who would have thought? You got to meet me in the bathroom. Memories. Good guy. He's there with his wife and everything. But they drove up yesterday morning, going to it, and went back as well. But so the Saturday event was disappointing in terms of that. In the stadium, it wasn't as bad as it seems like it was that everybody was complaining about away from the stadium with the way it was visually on TV. A lot of people were complaining about that. In the stadium, it was better, but it was also lacking. The wrestling parts of it where there wasn't a lot of wrestling going on. A lot of standing around, a lot of laying on the mat. And it turns out later we found out it's because of all the commercials they were playing on Saturday. So the question is, the Sunday one, at least in the stadium, was 8,000 times better than the Saturday.
Really? Okay.
The question I have is, was it always designed that way? Or did Saturday, they saw all the criticism about them and they went, we better be better on Sunday. And they stepped it up a little bit. That's what I don't know.
Is every WrestleMania 2 days?
Now they are, yeah.
They
It used to
are?
be
Okay.
literally one 8-hour show. Now they're 2 4-hour shows, definitely. And stuff like that. Basically 6-7 matches,
It didn't sound like you were happy with the finale of Saturday night.
No. They were just Cody Rhodes and they were just laying on the mat. They take like 5 minutes and then they do like this flurry of moves and you're all woo! And then they just lay on the mat for 5 minutes and you're just like, go pick it up, guys. Pick it up, guys. I can't stand Gunther. If you know anything about me, I hate Gunther. That match was actually entertaining, and then the tap, and I hate the way Gunther wins. Dale, he just chokes him out and the taps, and I hate it. I hate everything about it. It just I get angry when Gunther wins.
But you
match.
knew Gunther was wrestling that night.
Oh no, I did. Yeah, well, nothing I can do about it. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna They got my money, but I'm gonna protest this by going and not watching this.
No, because I did. Obviously, I would not have paid any attention to it if I didn't know you were there. But I did read where, like, it's a pay-per-view and it's
on that ESPN Unlimited.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you're paying for.
Well, you have to have Unlimited, which I have to pay for because Cox doesn't have. access to it.
So you do that, and then there's commercials on top of that.
And it was mostly commercial. At one point on Saturday, I literally looked at Ethan and I'm like, you think they're running commercials right now? Because when you go to Raw or SmackDown, guys will run into each other and then they'll be on the ground like laying there, But
they go to
they're a commercial.
Really?
Yeah, they're a commercial. Yeah. They don't do any action while they're on commercial. Yeah. But Sunday was just blowout. It was starts with just the two best intros on the planet with the two big boys there coming out, and then Brock Lesnar shocked everybody by retiring yesterday. Dale. His match ended, he lost. Because, wrestling tradition is when you're going to retire, you put somebody else over, which means you go up against somebody else. You let them, they basically win, and then you retire and you go off. So that's your final thing that you do. It's like an old tradition. Not everybody does it, but that's the tradition. Brock Lesnar's just laying on the mat, and everybody leaves and everything, and you're kind of like, Brock's still just laying there. And everybody's just leaving him alone. And then the music ends, and then you're like, oh, the cameras are still on. And Brock sits up, he takes his gloves off. The second he started taking his glove off, it was like, uh-oh, he's retiring. Got to cut everybody by surprise. I didn't see anybody predict that. Yeah.
How old do you think Lesnar is?
48 years old, I actually know that. He's my age.
48 years old.
Yeah, I knew that, yeah.
Had a heck of a career.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's just probably time at 48, right?
But now my question is, how many of these guys retire and then in about a year and a half make a miraculous return?
So here's what I was asking, because we knew his retirement was coming. Everybody thought it wouldn't be until SummerSlam, which isn't until August.
Okay.
The fact he did it there, I don't know. Maybe it's a health issue where his doctors are like, you can't keep doing this, man. Like, you got to stop now type of a thing? Or is it just like he's just like, I got to go. I can't keep doing this nonsense. Those big boys take beatings, man. Those big boys throw each other around and
Right.
stuff. Like that's how it started Sunday. It was just amazing start to that event, yes. But Sunday was by far the best.
Okay.
By far the best. I had so much fun. But I did see online, like on the ladder match, which I hate ladder matches, and this was the most fun ladder match I think I've ever seen. But for us, they were doing the intros and bringing them in. And it's just like, it's you don't know them, Dale, but these are guys that have great intros and stuff. And then I see online this guy tweets and goes, they come back from commercial and 3 of the guys are already in the ring. So apparently they didn't even show their intro. These are big name guys like Rey Mysterio. They didn't even show them intro. They were just standing in the ring when they came back from commercial. Like, what? What's happening? I don't know. I'm kind of glad I was there. But it was a fun experience. I mean, I'll take it either way. It's in the stadium. It was enjoyable, even though it had a lot of negativity to it on Saturday. It was still enjoyable. It sounds like watching at home, it wasn't as much fun.
Okay.
But there in the stadium, it was fun. But, you got all the – Dale, it's little kids to men my age cheering. Like I try to do, like I tagged you on one where it's just like the stadium is just like quiet. And you just hear the music start. And then everybody's singing, like 60,000 people singing along to the song while they're walking out. I'm sorry, man. It's great. Old people, young people, other people, everybody's just a big move's coming, man, and everybody's standing up cheering. I'm telling you, Dale, you would have so much fun at these things. George Kittle had a blast. They kept putting him on the screen. Tyrese Halliburton had a blast. He was there too.
I'm just I'm glad to have to watch that crass dance at whatever they do. That would have really set me back a couple decades.
Oh, you would have liked the Liv Morgan intro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was telling Dale about that earlier.
Was that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. She's the young one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the young one. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was great because, like, I mean, it wasn't great like that, but it was like she's doing it. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, there's kids in this building. Like, there's like a 5-year-old boy behind us cheering it on. I'm like, there's a kid behind me. Like, Dad, cover his eyes.
That's 48-year-old Steve. 28-year-old Steve could care less about 5-year-old kids.
This is the problem. Then you got the guy 3 rows up behind you acting like he's at the Purple Rhino or whatever those places are called there. And it's like, dude, there's kids here.
Oh, goodness.
It was great. But everything's bigger in wrestling. So the entrances are bigger and all that stuff and everything. But it was so much fun. And everything. So would I do it again? I don't know if I do 2 nights. It's just, like I said, it just adds up.
Right.
And I'll tell you this: if it wasn't in Vegas, like they did wrestle next year. It's in Saudi Arabia. They actually had a booth in WWE World that we went to. Going, put in for tickets for WWE Riyadh, and the booth was just empty. I don't think I saw anybody in that booth the whole time we were at WWE World, man. And I'm like, who's putting their name in to get free tickets to Saudi Arabia for next year's WrestleMania? Like, who's doing that? That's the booth you wanted to work this week, because you could just stand there with nobody coming by. Could you imagine? Hey, congratulations, Steven. You ran 2 tickets to WrestleMania next year in Riyadh. I'd be like, great, thanks.
Is the war over?
The bigger thing is I have to go to I'm complaining about driving to Vegas.
Yeah. I don't think that's a quick weekend trip, Steve.
But WWE World, it's just one of those things. The NFL has it, the NFL experience, where you go and they have like a lot of. It's one of those things where you pay a lot of money to get in, like $70 a person to get in, ridiculous. They have some interactive stuff. They didn't have as much interactive stuff as before, but they have cool things like entrances where you can do your, you go. Ethan just tweeted at me and made me laugh there. You come in and you go, where you do the entrances, so you can pick a wrestler and you can imitate. That is so much fun to watch the kids doing that stuff, man.
You didn't do one?
I did not. No. No. I ran into Jason Carter, our old friend, was there. He drove up yesterday morning, brought his littlest one, Colton, yesterday.
Okay.
So we met up with him over there at WWE. He did one, and his kid did one as well. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Want enough cameras, Dale. We don't need that one too.
Well, the one thing I could say off the top that I think is a fantastic idea. They started at 3, so it could be over by 7 on Saturday.
Oh, that's the thing. I mean, we were even Saturday night. We left. We drove by the Sphere, so Ethan could see the outside of the Sphere. You know, because he hadn't seen it. I think last time Ethan was there, it had either not been turned on, or it was turned on and they were testing it, so it was off and on throughout the day. But he wanted to go see it, so we drove by it and everything, and so he wanted to do a bunch of other stuff. We just didn't have time because we went to that WWE World yesterday.
Right.
But that's the thing I was telling him. I was like, well, 2 things. I was able to avoid my family. Sorry, cousin. My cousin Stephanie watches this. I didn't do it on purpose. We just didn't have time.
Well, Steve, you told me on Friday your biggest goal was to not see your family.
I know. It's like she always, when she sees I post stuff on Facebook, she's always like, "Oh, are you in town?" And this time I was like,
Is that why you post on the way out of town?
That's why. Usually I'm like, when Autumn goes with me, I'm like, "Hey, be careful what you post and when you post it." No, it's fun. We have a bunch of friends up there and stuff. That one of them reached out and they're like, their kid just got married. And I'm like, maybe dinner Saturday night or something. I'm like, I don't know, man. We got, we're going to be tired. So we were able to skip that. Not that I'm antisocial. But, But we ran into a bunch of people from Phoenix and everything, Vegas and everything. But if they did a 2-day event like back in Los Angeles again, this is what I was going to, I would go to that. It's just, I don't know how to explain. For most people are going to laugh at me when I say this, but Vegas is just too much for that type of an event. If you know what I mean. And then they have the National Association of Broadcasters started yesterday. So you had thousands of people there for that.
Right.
And then on top of it, they just finished it, and it's just a lot going on. And that's the problem. That's the problem with that. And like I said, it just, you turn around and somebody's like, that'll be $60, sir. All I did was turn around. But you're breathing our air. So it's going to cost you money.
Hey, you got an early check-in over there.
Oh, my God. I know. Should I have charged them $50 because we left early yesterday? We left at like 9. Checkout wasn't until noon. Should I have charged them money?
Yeah, for some reason you can't get that money back, can you?
So stupid. There's nickel and diming you. And that's fine if you got to charge because people use your park. Because it's literally like a mile from that where the hockey team plays. It's one of those small community, places. And, so that's fine if people are parking there and walking over, but charge them. Not people buying the rate. I was almost down $75, Dale, before I even got in there. And here's the interesting thing. We learned this the hard way. We learned a lesson here, but I won't tell you what I did. But we parked on the stadium, non-football game parking. This is just a trip for you if you're going to Allegiant for a concert or something like that. Log in, do a Google search. It's a company called like Spot something. Go to that. We literally bought the parking passes to park on the stadium grounds. Now, it was $100. I'll just tell you the price. It was $100. Whereas you can get lots $40, but you had to walk half a mile to get in there and stuff like that. And we got out. There was no traffic getting out because, they restrict it. But it was $100. But, yeah, we just logged in and bought them right there. That's the secret. But it doesn't work for Raiders games, but I guess it works for concerts and stuff.
I'm sure Raiders, just like Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm sure they give you passes and all that.
Yeah.
But that is something that I learned on that. And actually, somebody else was telling me that on Saturday when I was there. They were like, no. Yeah, just log in and buy a parking pass. He goes, they rarely sell out. Unless, he goes, you can't get them for Raiders, but they rarely sell out for anything else. He goes, and sometimes it's a pain parking those lots. He goes, but once you get to them, he goes, traffic, and he wasn't kidding, traffic out was. Whereas if we would have parked in, those shady shops across the street that charge $40 and stuff, you have to park, you have to get out, your traffic takes you other directions where you want to go and stuff like that. So just a little hint for everybody. My public service to you out there. Robert says, anything ESPN touches goes to crap. Says, kind of like hedge funds buying food companies. All of a sudden, everything is higher priced for less product. Well, that's the problem, not just with ESPN, but that's the problem with TKO buying WWE. They're slowly ruining the company. They're sanctioning out So I made a decision in my life, like, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago, that if a hedge fund buys a company, I'm going to use that company as little as humanly possible.
Okay.
Because it's true. They have to get their money out of it. They just squeeze every dime out of it and then they sell it off. Like, I haven't been to a Subway in years because of it, because the $5 footlongs went away. You got less sandwich, less meat, that type of stuff. That's what TKO is doing at WWE. And they also owned UFC as well. You're just seeing it happen. Or they're just like, before WWE World would have maybe been, $50, $75 to get in. Less events there, less things happening in there than before. Then just the whole WrestleMania ticket and all that. It's just they're just suctioning it out, and we're stupid.
Your favorite match of the weekend?
Oh, my favorite one? Oh, either the ladder match that happened yesterday. Oh my God, the Brock Lesnar one was short, but that was so good. That was just two big boys, man. Like, we're talking big dudes.
Right.
That was so much fun there. But even then, the CM Punk Roman Reigns one that ended the night was fantastic. Probably one of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was so much fun. A lot of duds out there. There was only one match where I was like, the Leah Ripley Jade match. I had high expectations for that. Yeah. I was probably starting to fall asleep during that one yesterday. I got kind of bored with that one. Robert says, listening to old man Steven say you might not do that 2-day trip again. He goes, what do you think? Is it a trip you would do again or too exhausting for you? That's Papa Mike chiming in. Here's the deal. And Papa Mike, the way you're watching, we're testing that out. So hit me up later and let me know how that's working out for you. 'Cause we're not ready to announce anything, but we're trying something different here today. Getting ready for the NFL Draft Show coming up Thursday night, Dale.
Okay.
So we're doing the testing today out there. But no. It's exhausting. That's not the problem. It was fun. It's more of the disappointment on Saturday. Was it worth going on Saturday? Sunday was worth it. Was it worth going on Saturday? Probably not. But that was a side of the event itself. So no, I would do a 2-day Vegas trip in 2 seconds. I have no problem doing that.
Right.
Like, I'm fine right now. Talk to me about 1:00 today. You won't be. I'll tell you that right now.
Because you'll be sleeping.
I'm gonna be passed out on my couch in my living room, and stuff like that. But yeah, so but it's fun. I do it again. It's just more of you don't like to travel that way and go through that to just kind of be disappointed. Like that time I went to the Coyotes Red Wings Game 7 in the playoffs that one year in Glendale. And it was like on a Thursday night or something, so I had to leave the house at like 2 to get there on time and stuff. And you got all the way there, you sit down, you buy all your stuff, and you sit down. And the Red Wings were up like 7-0 in the first like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I just fought all of that to sit here for this.
Yeah.
Same concept. It's just you're gonna go through all that. You want it to be a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. Dale, let's take our break here as well. There you go. My weekend. We'll get Dale's weekend later in the show here coming up. But look, folks, NFL talk. A lot of NFL stuff happening. An interesting tweet went out from Graham Rossini, athletic director there at Arizona State around the baseball program. I love this beyond belief. We'll talk about this tweet he sent out as well. Diamondbacks. Hey, another series win, Dale. Except this time, that taste in your mouth at the end of the series because you weren't able to forget about the blowout that happened because it's right on top of us as well. Suns, Dale, we have to talk Suns. Do we?
We can talk Friday night.
Does anybody remember Friday night?
I do.
NHL playoffs are underway. Go Knights, go! Beat the Mammoth last night. Put them back in the Stone Age. The weird thing was, the Mammoths were skating around going, the whole arena can see us. Come on back, folks, to the main event. back here, and I know that was a lengthy, how was the weekend segment, but hey, it was WrestleMania weekend, folks. It was a lot of fun. Exhausting, but a lot of fun out there. Papa Mike, appreciate you joining us and watching us. I think I know how you're doing it there. Like I said, we're testing out some NFL draft show stuff coming up for Thursday night, 4 p.m. Me, Bruce Cooper, 17-year NFL veteran Del Hellestrae. Possibly some special guests joining us as well. We got commitments. It's just a matter of, if they follow through. One of them's an egomaniac. We'll see here. You'll know what I'm talking about here coming up. But Thursday night, 4 p.m., if you're watching the draft, turn down them, of course. Catch our analysis of it. We're not waiting until Friday morning to fill you in on what happens on the draft. We're going to discuss it as it goes. Draft show Thursday night, 4 p.m. as well for you. Come and join us. Robot TV. It's going to be live on YouTube as well, as everything is going well. So follow us, TME Media AZ on YouTube, as well as where you can find us out there. We'll put it out on demand also for those of you that want to go back and maybe see what we say and stuff. We'll put it up on our normal places, Rumble, podcast systems and everything for those of you that do want to kind of see what we say about certain draft picks, etc. If you can't watch us live on a Thursday night as well. And Ethan says in terms of, he responded to Papa Mike and said, maybe if it's close, but not cross country, meaning the WrestleMania. Like, I have no desire to go to a WrestleMania if it's like in New York or something like that. That's got to be close to do that type of a thing.
You guys could get on a plane and see a different part of the country, Steve.
Well, I'd rather do something else if I was going to do that than that. And then Ethan earlier texted in, it's made me laugh, and I lost my train of thought. He goes, don't forget I called like 10 things at Mania. Yeah, he tweeted that at me there. Instead of texting my phone, and he's in the other room here. He's back there doing some graphic stuff.
Oh, he's here?
He's here. Senior Ditch Day today.
Oh.
Yep. So he decided to come in. Well, we'll be done early today. So so it's Senior Ditch Day. So he's came in to do some graphics and work for us and everything. So he's here. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. What kind of kid goes to this? Kids are
not going to the
today.
River or the lake?
Yeah, a lot of kids went to the lake. He's like, I don't want to. Well, he just also was in Vegas for 2 days.
Yeah.
But he did, man. He called Jelly Rolls showing up. He called Paige coming back. And for those of you that remember Izzy, back when Izzy was around and doing his shows here before he went back home to Chicago, he had Paige on his show at one point. She came into town. She was with AEW back then, and she just came back to WWE. But she made her return here over the weekend. Ethan, I was like, she's not going to come back here at WrestleMania. She'll come back on Raw Monday night. They'll start the storyline for her, and boom, music played right off the bat and came out there. But he did not nail. Nobody nailed the Brock Lesnar retirement, though. That was
really
that was kind of a shocker to see from that side. But yeah, so here we go, Dale. That's enough of me. Well, really quick, how was your weekend? That was your boring,
my weekend doesn't matter.
Slacking weekend where you just sat around. Make something up real quick on what you did.
Well, the weekend started at Suns game.
That's right, Friday night. You did go.
My friend Kevin Ray came up with a couple tickets for my son-in-law and I.
It's funny because I texted Kevin Ray one time, and I was just like, hey, Kevin, how you doing, man? And he was like, lose my number.
Yeah. Well,
you asked for stuff, and he's like, here you go, Dale.
Yeah, well, I told him to lose your number. So.
He goes, are you the guy that works with Dale?
So we got the whole, Scott got the whole experience. We got the valet parking for the rah-rah room. John met us there. We all went down to the rah-rah room for the game. And great sightseeing down there.
So you're going to look back at this someday, Dale, and you're going to go, God, I wasted all that time. With that one, what was that? What was your husband's name that you got rid of a bunch of years ago? You'll probably be the guy that still hangs out with your daughter's ex-husband. That guy.
What? So you're calling Hillary and Scott are getting divorced? Wow.
Odds are in my favor on that.
Wow.
Odds are in my favor. Statistically,
yeah, I hope I'm around when your kids start getting serious with somebody. That's ridiculous. Anyway, we went to
I'm just kidding.
Ignore Steve.
I'm just kidding.
Went to the Suns game.
That was a fun game on Friday night.
Got to the rah-rah room, got decent seats. And
did you pay for any of the rah-rah room, or did you make John?
We bought drinks. We bought drinks. Seats were pretty good. Probably corner row 15 or something. So
Nice.
Really nice. And great atmosphere, fun game. Suns won that game, as we're saying the whole time. We were talking on Friday. You win tonight, you're just lining yourself up on the in front of the firing squad.
Me and Ethan were at Cheesecake Factory on Saturday night, and Ethan goes, "What time does Suns play tomorrow?" And I literally went, "Doesn't matter."
Yeah, I think they could have played that at 6 in the morning. They'd
I
still
have
lose.
zero expectations of this Suns series. This series, anything good happening?
And again, Oklahoma City for some reason is a team that I just don't watch.
Yeah.
I watched them last year in the finals and maybe the Western Conference finals.
Yeah, you're not watching them.
But I'm not watching Oklahoma City play Memphis in the regular season.
Yeah.
And they are so freaking good and so deep.
But I hate that SGA and the way they call fouls on him and stuff. My opinion is if they're going to call fouls like that, just take him out. You got 4 guys on the bench that aren't playing. Just put them out there and be like, you want to flop? All right.
Yeah.
We'll give you a reason to flop, Tiger.
I was going to tell you in the first quarter, so I sat down.
I did not see a second of it.
Yesterday.
So you know.
You got the Diamondbacks starting about the same time that the Suns start, and I got the RBC Heritage from Hilton Head going on.
That was a good ending.
And so I sat down like, this is just going to be the greatest afternoon. And start with the Suns. They start at 12:30. They're quickly down by a ton.
Yeah.
And I look at the thing, I go, hold on. The Suns have 5 fouls. Oklahoma City has none.
Yeah.
And this is midway through the first quarter. The Suns are already in the penalty.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma City's defense is smothering.
Yeah.
They bang and bang and bang. And
that's why they're just giving them the trophy now. Why are we even wasting our time playing the NBA playoffs?
So then I go, well, okay. So whatever. Commercial came on. All I had to do is hit one button. I go, the Diamondbacks, they're down 5-0, and there's 1 out in the first inning.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So we're standing outside the Allegiant Stadium, and we're kind of like there's stairs that go up on the north side. We walked around it this time, and we're standing on top of the stairs, and we're just hanging out there because I'm like, dude, we're like an hour early, man. We're just gonna go in there and sit down. Like that sucks, whatever. So we're standing outside, and I get and Ethan goes, "Oh, Suns are getting their butts kicked," and it's like 65-32 or something. I don't remember what it was. And I go, "Oh, yeah, that's not a surprise." And then I get it literally 2 seconds later, I get a text from Autumn, "Don't check the Suns score." And I'm like, too late. Ethan just showed me. And then like literally 2 seconds later, she goes, "Also, don't check the Diamondbacks score." So then Ethan saw that and he goes, "Oh, let's check the Diamondbacks." What is it, like second inning? It's whatever it is.
Well, first inning, there was 1 out. They're down 8-0.
But we had actually had the Rattlers game on. They were playing Northern Arizona. We had that on, just watching the beginning. They were down. They ended up winning it there. But I watched that till halftime because of the other blowouts. I didn't even bother turning them on. But that's how we found out what was happening yesterday while we're on our way to WrestleMania.
It's kind of crazy. So Friday did the Suns game. Saturday got up, watched about 3 innings of Grant's baseball game.
Only 3?
Yeah, because it was his birthday. Actual birthday was Saturday. But then I had my scholarship luncheon, which you forgot to ask me about. That's
I just asked you how your weekend's doing. This is the time to talk about
No,
it.
you said I did nothing. So
I
anyway.
thought you were still talking about Friday.
And
We
so I
moved
went
on
to
Saturday. Okay.
Scholarship luncheon,
Hey,
always
hey, Dale.
a really nice deal.
Dale, how was your scholarship function?
Yeah. Really nice deal. Brad Sessmat and company do a really nice job. It's just something special about seeing 30 to 40 dudes and gals dressed up in tuxes and nice dresses.
Yeah.
And
it's a very formal event.
Yeah, and they do a great job honoring them. And we gave away my dad's scholarship, got to hang out with a bunch of people.
Did you write down who won it?
Fagrell from Hamilton. He's a quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because quarterbacks don't get enough positive in their life.
Yeah, well,
please don't say something bad's happened to him now and make me look like
I don't ask any questions.
Please don't be like, well, he just lost his parents and his sister has 12 states.
Great kid. Got to meet him. His mom and dad came up after. They were super excited, so that was fun. They honored Jason Mons.
How'd that go?
He did a great job. They he was in between practices at ASU and made it over and looked all dapper. The thing about Jason Mons is I don't even know. I think he's early 40s, maybe mid 40s, but he looks like he's about 18. The guy's got anointed with young looks forever and ever and ever. Did a great job. And just I got to catch up with a lot of people.
That's why he quit coaching high school football. Just so he could keep those young looks. That's stressful nowadays.
Well, I don't know if that's more stressful than being a tight end coach at ASU.
Yeah, but you're not taking the heat at ASU.
Yeah,
like
but you're recruiting. You're on the road. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. Yeah. So had a good time there, and then we had our birthday dinner for Graham. Boy, oh boy. Be 6 in Scott and Hillary's house at Rustler's Roost.
Did you go down the slide? Did you go down the slide?
I thought about it.
You thought about it? Graham wasn't like, come on, pop, go down the slide.
We got a table right by there.
Oh, my goodness. We have a water slide video of you. We don't have a Rustler's Roost slide video.
No, because there's not a pool at the end of it.
But you can only do it if you displace half the water.
If there'd be water down at the bottom. So we did that.
What? Did somebody try the rattlesnake?
No, the waiter was trying to sell that. And
they hype it like.
And I always ask, I said, so what does the rattlesnake taste like? Well, it tastes a lot like chicken. I'm like, well, then I'll just have chicken.
Let me stick with the thing I'm familiar with.
Yeah. So I had almost I almost drove as far as you. The dang scholarship lunch is down Wild Horse Pass. And
you did. By the way, you drove. You drove about as much as I did.
And the 51
was closed.
Coming back north was closed. Yeah. So got down there.
We saw that when we were leaving town.
And then I had like 2 hours to kill. And I'm like, do I drive all the way home with 51 closed going north? Yeah. So I'm going to have to find somewhere. Or I called your boy, the Angry Patriot, the Angry Fan.
Oh, met up with him?
Who lives in Albuquerque.
Just sitting around going, I'm not doing anything.
Went over to his house, watched a little golf and
nice
and all that on Saturday. So, yeah, I was not as busy as you. Well, I went around 60,000 people.
Why did you call me? I could have been there in 20 minutes. Oh.
Yeah. Even if you're in town.
I know. You timed that right.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, we need to invite Steve.
Here's how that would have gone, Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. We need to invite Steve to Graham's birthday party. He's the first one that swore in front of Graham.
I wouldn't have showed up this time because I wasn't there, but I'd show up to Graham's birthday party. You know what? You think Hillary and Scott spoiled that little kid? Wait till you see what I do.
Yeah. Well, first thing he's going to say is, "Bad word, Steve. Bad word, Steve."
He's going to go down the slide at the bottom. Go. And everybody's going to just
hey, Big Steve, with a big thumbs up.
Everybody's just going to turn and look at me. Well, good for you guys, man. That's fantastic. Busy weekend.
Yes.
For you. And congratulations. I just looked it up to see because I can't remember what his first name is, the kid at Hamilton. But it just says that you gave an award out. That's all it says.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It doesn't say who gave it to. That we're, of course, talking about the Larry Hellestrae Memorial Scholarship Award.
Yes.
We never say the name of the award, so just so
that's my dad,
knows.
By the way. So
so let's give it the proper due there. So that's what it's named. We always just say it's your thing, taking credit there.
Well, I did start it and did do all the legwork and then put together the basketball games and.
Come on back, second hour main event next.
And
your wife did most of it. Let's go. here. Main event, second hour here as well. I see a couple of y'all have figured out what we're kind of talking about earlier. Robert says, now I can listen on my TV. So far, so good. Saving my iPhone a battery. Yes, some of you have found it there. We're not making any announcements. We're doing some testing here for the NFL draft show on Thursday night, folks, here. So at 4 p.m., me, Bruce Cooper, 17-year
No.
veteran.
Okay, I got it.
Dale Hellestrae. No.
No, I got to correct your English.
No.
I got to correct your English.
Me?
I got to correct your English.
Bruce Cooper?
I got to correct your English. Now, Autumn is a teacher. I'm surprised she let you get away with this.
Yeah, she yelled.
As an SMU guy. So, I don't know who's all there, but you put you last.
No, I put me first.
No.
Because I'm the most insignificant.
No,
person
that's why
in the
you
group.
go last.
No, I gotta make myself feel important, Dale. That's the only reason I'm first, is I have to.
So you go.
Myself
We got
first.
Bruce Cooper.
34-year Channel 12 sports guy, local guy here, local legend. His Emmys might show up. Who knows what he's going to bring, folks. But Thursday night, he'll be there. 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion. He will reluctantly talk about playing for some of the worst teams in Buffalo. He'll sometimes talk about his small, little, tiny stint of, 4 months with the Raiders. He might even tell you about his long snapping woes in Baltimore for 3 games before he figured it out and everything there in Baltimore.
I figured it out. I got out of there.
He retired again.
Yes.
Then Dale Hellestrae will be there. We got some special guests that, trust me, folks, just some bigger names coming in as well. Possibly showing up on that as well. And then some guy named Steve.
No, and you saying yours truly.
Yeah.
But you don't like to be called Big Steve.
I'll
You figured that
I'll
out.
play it a little bit there. So if you're seeing that, the goal is to keep that going. People that have found that there, but we're not advertising it, anything to that effect. We're trying some things here, folks, and we'll, as a company, and we'll see where we continue to go on that. So I appreciate it. If you have any specific questions on it, for those of you like Robert that's got on and knows, and we're not trying to be secretive here. It's just, we don't know what the future lies on that. But if you have specific questions on that, don't hesitate to either DM me, text us on the text line, 623-252-6670. Actually, don't do that because we don't reply on the text line. Just DM me, and I'll fill you in, non-publicly on what you can do with the some other things and stuff to that effect moving forward. So, but we're not announcing anything at this time. Just testing for the NFL draft show, Dale. What we're doing. Looking forward to Thursday night. It's going to be fun. Cardinals, Jeremiah Love or Trey Down? The question. We're going to get into that here in just a minute. But really quick, Dale, I want to start this part of it because we had a lot of fun in the first hour, with just the weekends and everything. And again, Dale, how was your scholarship giveaway?
It's good. Fun afternoon. He seemed very, very excited and just.
Where's he going to school at?
I didn't even ask him.
I saw it recently.
I didn't even ask him.
And the Hamilton, and I cannot remember where it was. I'll have to look it up.
But 2 cameramen, a guy named Brad Gass from Channel 10 and Gustafson from Channel 12, guys who.
Wasn't Gass at 12 for a long time?
Yeah,
though, and then
that's where I met him.
Yeah,
and then he moved to Channel 10. Last year went down. He's always on the field, and he's got a camera shot of. I think he said Marvin Harrison maybe his only touchdown pass of last year, but a defender overshot him and took Gas out, chipped some teeth and all that and all that. But they live their bodies live a hard life. They're carrying around a 25-pound camera.
They don't have like what we use. We use those little Sony 4Ks and stuff, that you can easily hold with one hand. And
right.
I can go like that. No, they have those old school clunky.
Yes, 25 pounds.
Things as they're running around. Let me see. Oh, no, that's not the right. I was just looking up where he was committed to, and I completely forgot because it's going to kill me now.
You'll probably figure it out by Wednesday.
It'll hit me up here. But, so, well, that's good. I forgot. Yeah, okay, I've got to give the cameraman due. By the way, at WrestleMania on Saturday, like, we're just watching it, and you just see this camera guy. And I'm watching, they have the feed up on the big screen on top of it. It just, You just see this. You just see this camera guy. Perfect shot of the inside the ring. He's right next to the ring. Perfect shot. And then you just see like this little thing where the camera like shoots down real quick, and then you like just see it go all the way down to the ground. And so as you're watching it on the screen, you see like it's obvious he fell and his camera's going down.
Right.
And then I can also see him falling because it's in my shot as well around the ring. And he just goes down. And then they switched off of him, but it was too late. It was hilarious. That's why I tweeted out, and I was like, we need an update on that camera. He got up right away. But I was like, we need an update on that camera guy who went down, tripped over one of the wrestlers. It was so great. But, those guys do a job, man. They're behind the scenes. They don't get a lot of, play, right? The wrestlers obviously do and things like that, but those guys do a great job out there. And another guy that does a fantastic, great job. I'm more worried about losing this gentleman around the ASU program than I would be Kenny Dillingham or any of the coaches. And that's our buddy Graham Rossini.
Okay.
When Graham first got hired, remember, and the ASU season started, I was kind of the first one that, found out he'll respond to you pretty quickly if you have a concern.
SD was found out.
Yeah, and I was all like, "Ooh." We were kind of the first ones. I was kind of the first one to experience that from him out there. Of course, back then there was an ESPN game for football. They closed down the way we leave. Old people were like having to go downstairs and things to that effect, and stuff like that. So I just flippantly put out what a clown show this ASU program is, and what was it, 2 years ago? 3 years ago, it's when they weren't very good. It's before they got good.
Right.
And I put, this is what a clown show. They can't even get the exit of the stadium right. Like old people are going to fall down stairs here and everything. And the security people were rude. Literally before I got to the car that night, I did it from the stadium. By the time I got to my car, 10 minutes later, he had responded to me.
Did he respond Big Steve or just
No,
generally?
he just said Steve.
Okay.
But he responded. And he said, I checked with my team. I will make sure this doesn't happen for our next home game. And I was just like, did he just respond to just, he didn't know who I was at this time. He didn't know what I did. He didn't know any of that stuff.
Right.
To me, I was just a guy mouthing off.
He probably checked season ticket holder since
now,
ASU was a college.
Now Doug Tamaro, he'll tweet me and be like, can you knock that off and just reach out to me directly? You have my phone number.
I saw Doug on Saturday. I had a great conversation
Did you?
with him. So.
He's so great.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Doug will just text me and be like, "Can you just text me instead of putting that out, please?" So funny. But I learned that lesson early on, and I was like, "This is an administration that cares. Mm-hmm. This is an administration that we need to keep going forwards and stuff like that, and everything." Then, thanks for that, by the way. I just saw your text.
Yeah.
Then. Over the weekend, I saw this Baseball America put out Arizona State, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State are entering pivotal stretches. And there's this big article. If you don't know what's happened with the ASU baseball program, they were dominating. They were winning a lot of games. They were coming from behind. They hit the schneid. They started losing a bunch of games in a row. They didn't look well on the field. And then, boom, April 17th, April 16th, articles like this are coming out. In this article on ASU, it says, barring an imminent turnaround, because ASU was going to host a regional just 3 weeks ago. That's kind of gone by the wayside now with how bad they've been playing. It says ASU shaping up to be a bubble team again, despite Hairston emerging as a leading College Player of the Year candidate. Multiple sources have told Baseball America that a tournament miss would almost certainly lead to a change atop the Sun Devil program. That's from Baseball America, folks, about your Arizona State baseball program.
Pretty well respected publication.
I read it because they have insight to baseball that insiders who follow programs don't have. Graham Rossini himself responded to this, folks. Nothing to see here. Lots of exciting talent on a very fun team to watch. Let's put some positive energy behind these guys and see how far we can take it. Go Devils. Have you ever seen an athletic director go directly to Twitter to defend a coach in a program? Generally, they'll have a press conference to go, I stand behind. We all laugh, right? The kiss of death. Like an NFL
Right.
owner talks about how great a coach is or a GM is. It's like, oh, they're fired. But now, Graham Rossini is going and defending. He's basically diffusing. You have to believe it's real. Because doing a press conference and saying it, you can kind of be like, well, we felt that way at the time. Putting a tweet out there to me is more serious. I think it's fantastic that he stood up for the program via X to the article itself that said coaching change is imminent if they miss the World Series. I think it's fantastic. I can't say enough. This would be the bigger detrimental loss for the ASU program, I think, than any coach, in my opinion. He's doing things, Dale, that are just amazing.
You're talking about Rossini.
Rossini.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rossini. I just saw that where I'm just driving. Ethan's driving me to Vegas, and I saw that, and I'm just like, what? Give me one other athletic director that's doing this. You can't. I don't know of him. I've never seen it. Just shut it down.
Okay.
Now when he gets fired, now when they
miss the college baseball playoffs, and he does get fired.
So I don't know. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I just think he's changing the game for athletic directors. And, you think Kenny Dillingham had a chance to go to Michigan, right? Can't tell me that a Michigan and Ohio State and Alabama aren't going, like Graham Rossini doing in Arizona. He should be at our
Oh, don't say that.
To me, Dale, his loss would be worse than any coaching loss that we would have, in my opinion. The biggest thing he's done is he's been able to, I don't know how to phrase it, so I'll just say it this way. He's been able to curtail Dr. Crow and his anti-sports biases that he tends to have.
Or influence in a positive way.
Yes. He's been able to change that. That's worth the weight in gold at that point. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that as well. But Dale, you were at the Suns game Friday night. To me, the Suns talk is very quick in my eyes.
Yeah.
I saw people like Papa Mike, who's watching this right now. He messaged me and goes, well, the Suns' free throws is discrepancies. The Suns need to work on this to have a chance in this series. And I just responded with, this is such an epic mismatch in NBA circles. It doesn't matter who's on this Suns team. This is an epic mismatch of a series for multiple reasons. You could tell, first of all, if you watch any of the games over the weekend, which I did not, but I've seen a lot of Spurs games and other teams play, Denver, or throughout the regular season. Like you said it earlier, the Thunder just look different.
Yes.
And it's going to take a monumental upset to beat them. They're just different. And they're different in a good way, where they're very hard to solve. Like you said, you take Lou Dort out, next guy comes in, then you got to deal with Chet.
They've got 10 guys who they can roll in. They even got guys with the same name, Jalen Williams. There's 2 Jalen Williams on the team. One's from here, one's from somewhere else.
One's from Perry.
Yeah, they both hit threes, and they both dunk the ball. And I just watched it. It's wave upon wave. They got 2 big dudes. Yeah. You got Devin Booker, and you got guys underneath trying to block these guys out. Yeah.
I saw a lot of people criticizing Oso playing a lot yesterday, and I didn't see the whole game in its entirety, but I did watch it, miss and match it as the days went on and stuff like that. But I don't think he played terrible considering what he had to deal with underneath there. Mark Williams' foot injuries are going to be a big detriment. The bigger injury though, what was it? 5 minutes into this game, Goodwin goes out. Suns have zero chance on defensive side with Goodwin not being able. If Goodwin's not able to play, it's going to get uglier. The thing I have for you, Dale, I told you this. We told you this before. I did at least. Suns have zero chance in this series. They'll be lucky to win. They might win Game 4 because Oklahoma City's like, yeah, we'd rather win back in Oklahoma. That's what Dale said on Friday. I tend to agree with that. That's your best chance of winning a game in this series. These are going to be blowout games. You might get a game that's within 10 late, but it's going to be a rarity here coming up. This is a monumental monumental mismatch here for the Suns. We knew it was coming. That's my expectation. We'll see what happens from here, but there we go. But without Goodwin, if he's not able to come back, you're done.
Well,
Without having Mark Williams in there with his foot injury, you're done.
and without Grayson Allen, and even with them,
You're still going to struggle. But
because seriously, as I'm watching them, I mean, they start Hartenstein and and Chet, and those two guys are 7-footers.
yeah.
Big, strong. I mean, Chet's not necessarily strong, but he's still 7'1", 7'2".
I think he's sneaky.
Yes,
Like
and
you look at him and go, that guy's a twig, and then he'll just overpower you and dunk on you.
it's just 119-84 was the final. What's that? 94-04.
There's a 30-something point lead.
Yeah,
That's
so
all
it's
I'm
a
saying.
35-point difference, and Oklahoma City took their foot way off the gas.
That's the embarrassing part. Is I heard that, so I went back
Yeah.
and watched basically
No.
most of the fourth quarter. And they weren't even. They were just like
I mean, I was trying to
they
look
turned
for
into
certain things.
Globetrotters, Dale.
Yeah, at least the Suns don't have to play. You know, they played Sunday. They're going to get a couple days off, and maybe they'll get some rest there in Oklahoma City. Not a whole lot to do, but I just think the inevitable. It'll either be over in 4 or maybe 5.
My favorite part was the game had already started, but I saw it on Twitter where Dylan Brooks wouldn't let Chet Holmgren touch the ball before the opening jump. They're playing keep away with him. And then it's like a 30, and I'm like, really? How did that work out, Dylan Brooks?
Yeah.
Just so dumb on that. That's literally I don't know what else to say about the Suns. Yeah, we can break down this game.
No.
It comes down to one bottom line. Mismatch. Suns aren't going to compete with the Thunder. Period. End of story. This is a monumental miss. Both on court performance, but also the manipulation of the refs. The Thunder can do it in a way that nobody else does it, and Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks aren't getting those calls that the Thunder are going to get, specifically SGA. Period. End of story.
It's exactly why we said that first playoff game they had to win, so they got the 7th seed. Because again, I don't think we'd be talking about this if it's San Antonio. Now, I wouldn't pick them to win the series, but I wouldn't pick them to win a couple games against San Antonio.
They can win 2 games against San
But
Antonio.
my goodness. And then, by the way, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention your boy Kevin Durant. Bumps knees. He missed first game, might miss second game.
I was sitting there and I saw that. I saw that. Did that come out Saturday, I think, right?
Yeah.
They played Saturday. I saw that come out. I was going to tweet out. We were driving, so I was driving, so I wouldn't be able to do it. But I was going to tweet out and be like, what is this? The Medic series? Is this some hospital, the sponsor of this series here? Luka didn't play. Not Kuminga. The other guy for the Lakers didn't play. Kevin Durant's out. Lakers get the win. Like, what? That's serious.
Well, and Kevin Durant, they were talking about he played 74 games this year. Won like a 50-game season. So
I part of me wondered if that was we could beat the Lakers without Kevin Durant if they don't have Luka playing. Part of me wonders if that kind of went through their mind. Or not necessarily that, but it's more of it's only game 1. This could be a long series.
I
Let's
think
get him healthy
I think
for
he
the rest
bumped
of it.
knees and.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my NBA.
So the Suns don't play again till Wednesday. So that's so it gives them gives them today, all day tomorrow to rest. Steve got their legs up
What do
under
you think
them.
they're doing in good old OKC next couple of days?
I've been to OKC a few times, Steve.
Are they just like, can we practice some more?
There's not a whole lot going on.
Wemby looked good yesterday, by the way.
Yeah.
Ooh, in his playoff debut. He looked good from that side. Yeah, so today, by the way, all the playing games were on Amazon Prime, right, Dale? And we're all like, well, starting today, games are all on Peacock, today and tomorrow. So if you want to watch an NBA basketball game Monday or Tuesday, all on Peacock for you. By the way, the Trailblazers lost to the Spurs, and I did see some of that last night. Man, remember how good the Trailblazers looked against the Suns?
Ooh.
They didn't even. I was like, who's that team playing down there? Who's that team? Because that wasn't the team that beat the Suns in that 7-8 game. Who's those imposters?
Well, Suns don't have Wemby and they don't have De'Aaron Fox.
I was like, what? Yeah, so all games today. Denver leads the Timberwolves 1-0. I do expect that to be a quick series. That might be a 5-gamer in my opinion, but we'll of course have to wait and see. But Hawks Knicks tonight, Raptors Cavaliers tonight as well in the series that I just don't care about. But all on Peacock tonight. Then tomorrow, 76ers Celtics on Peacock. Trailblazers Spurs for their game 2 as well. And then Rockets Lakers tomorrow night also on a Peacock coming up as well. So then just to look ahead on Wednesday, that's when the Suns Thunder, they're one of 2 games that night. And then Magic Pistons beforehand. By the way, Magic upset the Pistons, number 1 seed Pistons in their first game as well. But those are going to be on ESPN on Wednesday. So
yeah, so they're finally on over the and even ESPN's not over the air.
No, yeah, but no, don't get your hopes up because then Thursday and Friday are Prime Video. So it's like just the Wednesday night ESPN games. Suns just have to be playing. So let's move off the bat of NBA stuff. There, we'll do an NHL update tomorrow because I knew we'd go along with just the weekend stuff and things. We'll get you updated, of course. I just want to reiterate. Best owner in sports, and his team is down 0-1 right now. Logan Cooley. Those are you Coyotes fans that remember these guys. It is fun to watch the Mammoth. I ain't going to lie to you because we grew up around most of these kids. You know, Tierney, the coach, obviously. He was here, root for him and stuff like that. So it's fun to watch the Mammoth. I give them a hard time because they left here and went to Utah and stuff like that. But they put on a good game against the Knights last night. Knights ended up pulling away. I think that's the way it's going to go most series. Experience might win out there. But I'll tell you this, Dale, it was good to see the old young Coyotes players playing playoff games. That was kind of fun to watch. But Logan Cooley, man, picked a fight yesterday. Now, he's not going to back down. But he pissed off a few of those Knights players yesterday. So that'll be a fun thing to watch here as that.
Oh, yeah, I saw that as they were walking off the ice, right?
That night, yeah. Nick with the Knights goes, "I'm gonna effing kill you." But before there was a face-off. The puck didn't even drop, and Cooley went after him in the center ice and started a little scrum there when the Knights started to pull ahead and things like that.
Well, that and then the other thing I asked you before the show was that Kachuk. And was that from a regular season?
Regular season.
Because it looked like they were talking like, "Hey, I want to go. Do you want to go?
Yeah,
do you want to go? Yeah, I want to go."
You have to do that in today's hockey because if you drop the gloves and the other guy doesn't, you get double penalized for starting.
Oh, okay.
So the thing that's shocking about that is now it's changed a little bit over the years, but there was a time where you didn't fight in playoff hockey because you don't want to go on a power play.
Right.
You don't want the other team on a power play because every game means something. I mean, Buffalo last night, they were down by 4 goals yesterday? Came back and won it, Dale. Buffalo. First win in 19 years, down by 4 goals to win it. Man, did we check on Buffalo Day? Is it still standing?
We're used to winning in Buffalo, Steve.
Oh, now you're a Buffalonian? I did see Dave Portnoy and a couple other people go, "Why is Buffalo playing the Canadian national anthem?" Like, do people not know that half of Buffalo is in Canada? Like, literally. Buffalo, and then you cross the border, and all those people are.
Hold on, who's Buffalo playing?
They're Boston.
No, that's weird though that they would play that. I know when a Canadian team.
Yeah, but it's literally because half of their fan base comes from the Canadian side of the deal. So just out of respect, they play the Canadian anthem. You would know that, Dale, if you went to a Buffalo.
I did go to Sabres games back when we were real Americans. They played the national anthem, unless there was a Canadian team playing.
Yeah, they do that there because you got to bring respect down. Well, I think the Canadians probably buy more season tickets nowadays because they hadn't been in the playoffs in 19 years. But yeah, they've done that for a bunch of years out there. So we'll get more into hockey tomorrow, folks, and everything. Because then, before we talk Diamondbacks, I want to talk some NFL. So let's take our break here. Get into it. Because Diamondbacks is funny. I watched just highlights of Diamondbacks all weekend long because it's hard for me to watch games when with everything else going on. But boy, getting blown out yesterday instead of the first game of this series kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, shut up.
Got to get blown out in the first one.
Did they win another
us
series,
back.
Steve?
They did.
Okay.
Against a
Did
team
they
that's
win?
going to wake up at some point.
Yeah.
Let's talk some NFL draft stuff because woo-wee, some big moves yesterday. We're back. Main event. And we're back here, second hour main event underway here. Having some fun here on this Monday. First hour, had some fun getting caught up. Hadn't seen this guy in about 2 days.
Boy, you've done a lot of traveling. Since the last time I saw you, left here on Friday. And
it always amazes me, man. Like literally Saturday morning, I'm in Phoenix. Saturday afternoon, I'm in Vegas. You know, then last night I'm in Vegas at dinner time. Ate dinner at Chipotle, drove home, at home. It's like, what? It always amazes me how you can do that. But
right.
Fine. Papa Mike did say it was turnovers that destroyed the Suns. That's right. I think, he said, I think I attributed him to something else that he texted me. He said 17 of them gave Oklahoma City 34 points and the Suns lost by 35. That's what he had messaged me and told me yesterday and everything. So, Papa Mike there. So I can't see it, Papa Mike. Just so you know. I just thought, like I said, testing it out. Didn't know it was up there and everything. So, Papa Mike, Ethan, letting us do some more testing here today. So we appreciate you guys on that as well. Coming up again, all for the NFL Draft Show this Thursday, 4 p.m. I'm going to say ish, right? To get up and running there. But we'll dissect the NFL Draft as well. Cardinals. At this point, now it could be a smokescreen. I think it's Love at 3 or trade out at 3 is what I think is coming. Those are the two options I think.
Really?
Love might be a giant smokescreen to get somebody to trade up. I think pressure's on the Cowboys here to trade up to the 3 spot, to jump in front of the Titans. And I completely forgot who's behind the Titans, but jump behind them as well.
Well, the Titans supposedly want Love.
Yeah. But not just Love, though. Some of these defensive guys like Bailey. I think you're going to see some of the guys that are expected to go in the top 2 or 3 might slide a little bit, all because of what happened yesterday.
What happened yesterday, Steve?
Well, we wake up and we find out the Giants, of course, have a guy that is very, very disgruntled in New York, Dexter Lawrence. I was reading that once Dexter Lawrence said he wants to leave the Giants, I was told that the agent told the Giants they could not contact him any longer. Harbaugh couldn't even call him anymore.
Okay. Boy, I wish I had that kind of
power.
Play. I mean, I'm telling everybody, please contact me. Please contact me.
So the Giants, I just want a job.
Yeah.
So the Giants traded with the Bengals. Bengals gave up the number 10 pick in this draft for Dexter Lawrence from the Giants. Now, a lot of people were losing. I was running, and a lot of people were losing their mind. You do not see a number 1 draft pick, meaning the 10th spot. You never see a trade with just a top-level draft pick for somebody that's not a quarterback. That's the way I'm going to describe it.
Top 10 pick.
It's rare.
Yeah.
It's usually a quarterback that gets that type of pressure and stuff like that. So it's rare that we saw this now. The last time a top 10 pick was traded was 21 years ago with no additional compensation.
Really?
Who was involved in that trade?
21 years ago. Bubba Smith.
You need help with math. Randy Moss was traded from the Vikings to the Raiders, 7th overall pick, and a 7th rounder at that time for Randy Moss.
Okay.
To the Raiders. I don't think Randy Moss had a very big Raiders career.
No, that was probably another miss by the Raiders.
Now, I'm a big fan. Now, I saw a lot of people freaking out about this. The only way I'm going to criticize the Bengals is this. The Bengals, for how many years now, have refused to pay Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Ray Hendrickson, who plays the same position. Refused to pay him big money. And then now they're like, they trade him. They finally get rid of him. And now they're like, oh, let's go get Dexter Lawrence for the 10th pick. Does that make sense to anybody?
Well, here's the only thing that I would say, Steven. It's the way I always approach free agency.
Yeah.
They know Hendrickson better than any of us do.
Yes.
Is there something in the locker room? Is there something in a physical? Is there something that just said, no, we're not giving you 3 or 4 years and how much money you want?
If you're going to finish dead last in your division with Trey Henderson, you can finish dead last with Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
The Giants have proved that.
Right. But all I'm saying is that very rarely does a star player get put on a block unless there's something that his team is not comfortable with.
I agree with that. It makes
weird.
The Bengals look. I agree with you. There's something with Trey, whether he wanted out, something happened between them. No different than the Giants didn't want to trade Dexter Lawrence.
No.
He forced his hand in this and went out there, right? That type of thing. So there's obviously something going on. But if you look at, I'm stepping back and looking at it from the angle of, this makes the Bengals look like clowns.
See, I'm going to look at it a little differently. I think they made a decision. Hey, it's like I'm standing up for the Cardinals. Like the Bengals and Cardinals throw them in the frappe machine, press play, and they're one and the same.
There's 2 teams worse than the Cardinals in this league.
No.
It's the Jets and the Bengals.
No. The Bengals have been to a Super Bowl recently.
And Browns. Yeah, but they keep doing stupid stuff. Re-signing 2 receivers. No defense. Getting rid of their best defensive star. So here's my thing, though. I will give the Bengals credit for this. I like the concept of trading a high-level draft pick for a guy you know is good in the NFL. And they've done that, right? They gave up the number. Dexter Lawrence is better than anybody in the world they would have drafted at number 10. Today. Now, 10 years from now, it might be a different story. But today, the next year, the 2 years they have him under contract now because they extended him, and it's technically a 2-year deal before he starts having an attitude again about his contract. But for the next 2 years, Dexter Lawrence is going to be better than anybody you would have drafted at 10.
I saw, and I went back and spent 20 minutes because I saw what I sent you on Twitter.
Yep.
The 49ers Cardinals
We're
thing.
going to get to that.
And I saw another one that said all the guys who got drafted, all the guys that got traded for high-round draft picks.
Yep. Sauce Gardner, Micah Parsons, Travis Hunter.
Yes, right now they're better than whatever their team is going to get.
Sauce Gardner is better than anybody you drafted 16.
Yes, I promise you that.
Micah
And
Parsons for the Packers, when he gets healthy, is better than anybody the Packers would have drafted at 20 last year.
Right.
I'm a big fan. The Cowboys, they gave up a draft pick for the receiver, Pickens. He was better receiver than anybody they would have drafted. Now, it adds other problems later on and stuff like that, But, yeah, so I'm a big fan of that. If you're able to get a top-tier, young, top-tier player at number 3, give up the number 3 pick and get that guy in here. Because we learned with Marvin Harrison Jr., just because you have the 4th pick in the draft doesn't mean that kid's coming in and being a stud.
Yes.
But you know what? Dexter Lawrence is one of those guys out there. Now, might have some head case issues with his contract and stuff like that you got to worry about. And we'll find out. They've improved their team. And now they don't have to pick at 10. That's part of it. The other side of it is, and this is what I'm talking about here in terms of the Cardinals, the Giants with this move. They have the 5th pick in this draft, folks, and now the 10th pick in this draft. That's right. I thought the Giants were after the Titans. They are officially. I had to look it up. Their 5th and 10th pick in this draft in the first round. You telling me the Giants aren't going to get better with those two in theory?
In theory, if they pick the right guys.
The Jets have the 2nd pick and the 16th pick. Here's the other thing. You can also bundle those and trade up for the guy you really, really like named Jordan Tyson at number 3, Giants.
If you trade 2 first-round picks for Jordan Tyson.
Just saying, Giants. I want to see that happen now. 1, because that'd be great for Tyson, but then 2, I want the 5th and the 10th pick over that 3rd pick. I want to see the Cardinals screw up on 2 draft picks instead of just 1 in that first round.
Wow.
All right, Browns have the 6th and the 24th pick in this draft. Chiefs have the 9th and the 29th as of right now. And that's what you're seeing. The Chiefs, several outlets reported the Chiefs are talking to the Cardinals about moving up to 3. And that's why. 2 draft picks. They can bundle the 9th and the 29th to move up to 3, get their guy, and then you would move down. That type of
after all that nonsense, so if we bring it back to the Cardinals, are you believing all the Ty Simpson blabber?
Well, we're going to talk about that. With what happened on Friday with their not QB1 in a minute.
I saw a couple tweets about that, which is so true. I'm not going to show up to voluntary workouts.
Let's just say that till we can spend some time on that here. But I mean, like if you're looking at Ty Simpson at the end, the Chiefs at 9 and 29 makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you could take him at
29.
29.
You go from 3 to 9, and then you're traded in the first round and take him at 29. I think if Ty Simpson's there, they will take him.
He's not been tagged to anybody else but the Cardinals.
I brought that up last week. Nobody wants this guy except for the Cardinals.
Or at least they're being quiet about it.
I'll say this. I like the idea of trading number 3 for the 9 and 29th pick and then taking him. Then you only have the 3rd pick, you draft your guy, and then you give up a 2nd or 3rd round pick to move up into the 1st to get him. I do like this method better. Like the Cowboys, 12 and 20th. Cowboys want to move. Cowboys have their eye on somebody they want, and I think they're afraid the Titans or Giants are going to take them.
And that would be
so they have to move up to 2 or 3. Yeah. So 12 and 20. I'm okay if you trade the 3 down, 12 and 20, and then you take Ty Simpson late. I like that better than, hey, let's take a 3rd and a 4th, 2nd and a 3rd, pick swap in the 2nd and then the 3rd to move up into the 1st or something. I'm not interested in that, but right. I will take you trading 3 down and getting 2 first-round draft picks and doing that. I like that a little bit better there, but no first-round picks. Colts, Bengals, Jaguars, Broncos, Packers, and Falcons. You notice something about these teams: Colts, Bengals, Jaguars, Broncos, Packers, and Falcons. 3 good teams and 1 okay team and 2 bad teams. Isn't that fascinating?
I was going to say, not all 6 of them have the same thing in common.
Yeah. No. Jaguars, playoff team. Broncos, obviously, Super Bowl contender. Packers, playoff team, definitely. But Falcons and the Colts, on the verge of the playoffs. They have to play perfect, I think, but on the verge of it. But Bengals, Falcons, garbage team. I find that fascinating. I can understand the Broncos, Packers, Jaguars not having a first-round pick because they need people now for this run they're on.
Right.
And it's going to kill you if you're the Colts and the Falcons and Bengals if you don't have a first-round pick, isn't it? It's going to put you back a little bit, isn't it? That should be the guy that should be starting on your team. That's right there on the cusp, or right there when you're a bottom feeder. You should be able to come in and get some reps. But so I don't know. It brought some interesting dynamics. This Giants trade brought in some interesting dynamics into this first round.
Well, if you knew you weren't going to sign, and again, he's coming off a so-so year, had an elbow injury.
Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get a 10 for him?
I also know. Here's the thing. It's easy to say the Bengals overpaid for him with the 10th pick. But again, I tend to sit back and go, okay, you overpaid for the guy, but that's all you had to deal with.
Right.
You just gave up a 10, and now he's better than anybody you would have drafted. You do it every day of the week. If they would have given up the 10th and a number 2 pick, highway robbery.
Right.
But just the 10th, I'm on board with that. I also saw the Giants are willing to unload Thibodeau, too. Ooh. Get on board on that phone call. Probably going to have to give up a 2, though, for that. Second pick in the draft for that. Yeah. Robert says, are you guys going to be able to keep Coop calm down if the Cardinals take Love? Oh, no. This is why you need to watch the draft show. Whether they take Love or they don't. I'm just going to back away from the table and let whatever happen happens. Because Coop's going to either lose his mind or he's going to be on top of the table celebrating like you've never seen. It's going to be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch. No matter what happens on the Cardinals pick, whether it is Love or not Love, I'm here for the Bruce Cooper Rush. Coming up Thursday, 4 p.m.-ish, we'll go live YouTube. Of course, Robat TV, YouTube as well for you guys out there, and things to that effect. Now, Cardinals situation. Well, first of all, A.J. Brown reportedly being traded from the Eagles to the Patriots. Here's what I don't get about the Patriots. They had problems last year with a guy named Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Moved on from him because they don't want the headache. So you go for A.J. Brown?
Which you would think you're replacing one headache with another.
Just
a migraine with a not so much
headache.
on my, yeah.
Just a different headache.
Right.
The difference here is Hurt in Eagles, their quarterback. He was polished enough to withstand that. Is the Patriots quarterback? He's young. Is he going to be able to withstand a hard-nosed, ego-tripping quarterback? Receiver? He's no Jalen Hurts in terms of his mentality. That's something I'd be concerned about. But obviously, Patriots are making that move,
Well, maybe they got a progressive coach who the Patriots do, who maybe is just looking to change his ways a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe they had a smarter coach. He wouldn't get caught in Sedona.
Happens to all of them, Steve.
Before we get into the Cardinal situation from the other day here, Trent Williams re-signs with the 49ers.
Yep.
2 years, $50 million extension. So he's in San Francisco through the 2027 season.
Okay.
That's what it is now. There was some talk that he wouldn't be able to. He's an older quarterback, but he still can dominate when he's out there.
Yeah.
Right? Stuff like that. But the Cardinals' offseason is well documented.
You're reading my tweet that I sent to you.
I'm reading yours. Cardinals is well documented. We've talked about it. We're going to talk about them in a minute. But here's what the Niners have now done this offseason. Signed Mike Evans, wide receiver. Signed Christian Kirk.
Is he? Hold on.
Yep.
Is Evans pretty good?
He's pretty good.
Would you rather have him or Marvin Harrison?
At this point, I take Evans. I take Christian Kirk at his advanced age, who's dwindling down the backside of his career. I take Christian Kirk that the Niners signed.
He's got 2 or 3 good years left in him.
Yeah. They signed linebacker Dre Greenlaw.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good there on the backside.
He'd start for the Cardinals.
They traded for that defensive tackle, Osa. Good luck with that last name, now.
Yep.
Re-signed their kicker, Eddie Pineiro. They got Raheem Morris back on the defensive side, which is going to be a pretty nice.
A really good quarterback.
Yeah. Trent Williams, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey there. And then there's the Cardinals. Cowboys just made a move, by the way. We'll talk about that in a minute. Cowboys Super Bowl, baby, coming, Dale. I'll tell you about that in a second here. But all of that talk, 49ers just getting better. Seattle's made its moves this year. Rams are making their moves this year. Now the Cardinals have their 1-11 record quarterback from last year, who apparently watched the same press conference we dissected on Friday here. Folks, he's holding out. The 1-11 quarterback is holding out this year for a pay increase for your Arizona Cardinals. Him or his agent watched that press conference last week and said, "Oh, I'm not a QB1 all of a sudden? Okay, now you're going to pay me. Now you're going to pay me like I'm a starter." Doesn't mean he's going to make $30 million like starter money that way. He'll probably get a bunch of incentives and stuff like that. Maybe a little bump and then incentives. But only the Cardinals can do a pre-draft press conference, Dale, and walk out of it and their starting quarterback go, I don't think I'm the starter anymore. I better ask for some more money and hold out. 6 days before the draft, no less, folks. Only team that's worse right now is the Steelers, who are literally begging Aaron Rodgers to make his decision so they know what they have to do on Thursday night. That's the only team worse than the Cardinals in handling these situations. This is an embarrassment. It's not an embarrassment that Jacoby Brissett's holding out. It's not an embarrassment that he's looking for more money. What's embarrassing about it is the press conference where they would not name a QB1, where they flat out said a young guy that plays at a big school can come in here and play. And then yours QB1, and you put a big poster up in the practice facility of him, said he was the QB1 3 months ago, and now you're like, oh no, we don't know. May the best man win. 6 days before the draft, and that quarterback goes, yeah, you guys need to pay me more. You need to pay me my worth.
What's fascinating is I look at this a couple different ways. Number one, it is termed voluntary workouts. So do you technically aren't holding out?
No, but you're not showing up for him. And that's the reason why.
And with a new coaching staff, a new offensive coordinator, and new this and new that, you would think that if you want to be the starting quarterback, you should probably be there.
Yes. Yeah.
Why does this always happen to your team, Steve? Team you've invested so much time and
money. I left
money.
here on Friday, and the whole way home, I'm just shaking my head. Like, only the flipping Cardinals can be this stupid.
Can have a quarterback who won one game last year. One. Say, I'm not going to show up. I want more money.
It would be one thing if he did it, but it's right after the Cardinals press conference that we documented here and broke it down on Friday. It's so sad. The only team worse off in my eyes is the Steelers because they're just sitting there. They're practically begging Aaron Rodgers to make his decision. Make it for him if you're waiting that much.
Don't you think they've talked and he said, I'm coming back?
I don't know. What's the latest today on that? Because yesterday I saw somebody go, hey, somebody saw Aaron Rodgers at the Bojangles or whatever, some stupid restaurant there. Yesterday. So he's in town. That must mean he's reporting tomorrow. The latest I saw this morning is the Steelers are still trying to figure out if Aaron Rodgers is going to play or not.
Like somebody tweeting, hey, I just saw Steve at the WWE showcase or whatever.
You know what I should look up? Did that other guy, the guy I met in the bathroom, did he tweet out that he met Superstar?
Take a picture of you from behind. Big Steve in the house.
All I'm going to say is it was cold in there, folks. I was trying to see if I could get Dale to spit his drink out.
All right, George Costanza.
It's just unbelievable. The Cardinals put themselves in this situation that they have to negotiate with their starting quarterback.
Yes.
And I'm going to say it, Dale. It was because of the press conference. It's not a coincidence. They watched the press conference and went, what? What? Embarrassing. Just embarrassing on the Cardinals. Can we talk about something fun here? Besides the draft show on Thursday night, 4 p.m. TME Media AZ. Grobat TV.
You want to talk about Brandon Aubrey?
Why would he do?
Kicker for the Cowboys? Yeah, he just signed a...
No, that's why I was going to skip that because I want to talk about something good because this is going to be depressing.
4-year extension.
Yeah. Put the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. They signed the kicker. Dale, give the numbers on this, by the way.
Well, according to Adam Schefter, the 4-year extension, first kicker to earn $7 million per year and receive $20 million guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah, Ian Rappaport has it as a 4-year, $28 million record-setting extension for the Cowboys kicker.
Right.
$20 million guaranteed. Yeah. What did the Cowboys do? They couldn't pay Micah Parsons. They can't pay George Pickens. But they can sign their kicker for 4 years, $28 million. 20 of it guaranteed, folks. Highest paid kicker in the NFL, folks. A kicker's a position of is he going to win you a game?
Yes.
Maybe. Right?
Yes.
But how many is he going to win?
4.
Okay. Thank you.
So I can go 15-3, 15-2.
15-2. What? You know, how much can your receiver win you?
You got to have a quarterback to throw it to him.
4-year, $28 million record. He's threatening to hold out, too, if they didn't sign him.
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry Jones fought tooth and nail with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb on their contract extension. Went into the season playing chicken with them. If you want to go back in the day, he did the same thing to Emmitt Smith and a couple guys. Blinked with Micah Parsons and ended up trading him because of that whole negotiating deal. Playing hardball, talking smack about, he might not even be here. They get injured, all this other garbage. And then his kicker comes along and he goes, yeah, okay, we'll sign you to that. No questions asked.
Yeah.
We won't even play hardball with you, kicker.
Kicker's important, Steve.
What kind of negotiation style does Jerry Jones employ here?
Well, he doesn't have a good one.
It's still, what's the date today? April? If this was any other position on the team, Jerry Jones would be going, we don't even know if they're going to be healthy at the end of the year. Go into training camp with this distraction over your head. But your kicker, you're like, we can't have kicker distraction. Let's get this out of the way right now. Let me sign this contract immediately.
So you're banging on this.
What's
great...
Jerry Jones doing?
Jeez.
Jerry, hey, Steven, rein it in there, buddy. Rein it in there. Rein it in.
Did we touch on the wide receiver for the Ravens, Zay Flowers? Did we touch on it Friday? I forgot.
I know we did not because it came out right after the show.
Okay.
Or right toward the end of the show.
Why
there? Oh, no, you brought it up. I'm sorry. You did bring it up.
Didn't I?
Yeah, you did bring it up. But
full pads all the time. However many practice pads you can get. All 12 of them. Are you freaking kidding me?
If you don't know, Zay Flowers blamed the Ravens' injuries because their head coach, John Harbaugh, made him practice in pads the legally amount of times.
No, say that again. The legal amount. The legal amount of time.
Which is like 12.
Yeah.
Dale, when you played in the NFL, what was the legal amount of times?
There was no such thing.
Every day was a legal time.
Yes. Every Wednesday, Thursday. Except for Thanksgiving.
That's only because you played a real game.
Yeah.
But you were probably out there Saturday hitting again. Hey, your D-backs won 2 of 3. I did not. I saw Carroll hit a grand slam. Gurriel's return was kind of exciting to watch. I just saw highlights again with my weekend. I just saw highlights and stuff like that. The grand slam, Gurriel back. Look, the Blue Jays are struggling in terms of their record, but as you saw yesterday, they can still light it up at times and stuff like that. You expect them to wake up. Will they is another story. Kind of look at. The Diamondbacks are finally starting tomorrow, Dale. We'll talk more Diamondbacks tomorrow because they play tomorrow. Diamondbacks are finally getting a break in their schedule. It's only been what, a month of the season? 4 weeks into the season? They're finally getting a break. Even then, the White Sox aren't a terrible team. But they get the White Sox for 3 here coming up. So they get a break from a playoff contending teams finally now coming their way. But look, Carroll, grand slam, fantastic. Gurriel, I thought he was good. Right off the bat, makes that fantastic catch in, left field on, Friday night? Fantastic, right off the bat on that. The Carroll, back soreness yesterday, so they pulled him out of the game. After the game, he said this, if you guys are wondering how he's feeling.
Felt it a little yesterday, and then kind of took a swing in the cage where it just locked up a little more on me. So, I, nothing felt good about playing and all that. Just once the game kind of got out of hand, it was, I didn't need to take more at bats.
So you're pretty sure you'll be back in there Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for sure. Like I said, feel like could be feel like in a good spot right now.
I'm pretty sure for sure.
Torrey
Is it pretty sure or is it sure?
Yeah, Torrey said after the game, he's already in the lineup for Tuesday. I would agree if you're back, if the wind's at your back, and you get a little sore, it's a blowout game, take him out. I agree with that.
Brother.
I agree with that, Dale. Take him out. Just be precautionary. It was a blowout game, didn't matter. You'd already won the series. Pull him out. I don't have a problem with that. I told you guys I've met Corbin Carroll in person and stuff like that. I don't mean this in any way. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. I don't mean it in any disparaging way whatsoever. He's just not a people person in terms of microphones in his face and talking and stuff like that. I don't know how. I suspect he's just a quiet dude all the time. He's just quiet. Am I boring you, Dale?
Hey, I'm tired too.
Of the two of us, who's yawning over there? But isn't that funny though how he talked like that? Like I got onto that with you. It's like he was trying to find the words in the moment while he was talking, what he was looking at there. So reportedly, he's going to be okay. The only thing that worries me when I hear Shore back, first of all, so the Diamondbacks pulled him out of the game again. They're not doing their players any favor by putting out on Twitter, Corbin Carroll's out due to a sore back. You're not doing your play. Hey, we just replaced him in the game. After the game, you can talk about it a little bit if you want to, but you're not doing any favors by bringing up injuries in the middle of the game that aren't injuries.
Well, what I'm going to say is that the thing that would concern me a bit if I'm a Diamondbacks fan is how often it tends that these things it's not a serious thing, and then all of a sudden there's a disabled list.
Like Moreno?
Like a couple, like a few.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing. When Marte had that sore back, I was like, ooh, we just had Moreno go out. Now catcher's different. I get it than second base. Here's the other thing on it. Training staff. What's going on here? Do we not stretch out lower backs? I get it. Air conditioning was mighty in there yesterday over the weekend. That air was just blowing circles and everything. And, if you don't keep that stretched out and warm, get some icy hot on that bad boy in between innings. Sit away from the vent a little bit. Don't sit right underneath the air conditioning vent, man. That comes down powerful. In that dugout, it just hits you. Icy hot on that lower back and everything. Loosen that up and just be cognizant of where you are in the building.
I'm not going to say training staff as much as I'm going to say wait staff. Because I do know some people in Baltimore who were very critical of the strength and conditioning staff for a lot of injuries.
They're the one. Well, they're the ones that took the heat. You're talking about the Ravens there. They're the ones that outside of the facility.
Yeah.
And I'll say that a lot of players blaming the workout guys for the injuries and stuff like that.
So that's where I would, you have one back, it's a guy. You have two backs, and maybe the guys. You start having 3 and 4, and then it's like,
This is 3 that I can think of: Moreno, Marte, and now Corbin. Am I missing one? There might be another one in there. But this is an alarming concern.
Well, what's that weight workout? Are you doing deadlifts and squats and power cleans?
The other thing is we know it's not AC because they haven't fixed that AC in that building in 10 years. So we have to wait another couple years. So I don't know what the problem is there.
Steve's getting tired and grumpy, people.
We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for you guys. I see you guys who participated in the test there. We're going to keep it rolling because we're testing it leading up to Thursday night here as well. We'll do some announcements coming up as well. But don't forget, Thursday night, 4 p.m., YouTube at TME Media AZ. Go and follow that. We'll get all these shows up on demand on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media. Follow us at TME Media AZ on X as well. Get you all set up there and let you know what's happening around here for the shows. That's our parent company, in case you haven't learned that as well. But Robat TV, of course. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Get some sleep, Steven.